Hi, I'm Frank McGuire, getting set for another edition of Locals Only at KX96online.com. Today, we're very fortunate to have a special guest in studio. It's the one and the only Don Amero. He's going to be having a quick chat session here, maybe a in-studio acoustic performance. We always like to have those, and a big show coming up in town tonight. A big album release, your fourth, and I'm told as an independent artist, you're like one of the busiest guys, one of the hardest working guys in Manitoba.
Well, you know, there's lots of us out there, but I've been lucky in the business, and I've got a great manager and publicist now that's keeping me going. And you know, I feel like if you're gonna survive in this world, you gotta stay busy and just keep pushing, you know. And it's been 4 albums worth of pushing, and it's been good so far. So.
Yeah. Whether you're putting videos on YouTube or you're busking on Portage and Main, right? Or in this case in Brandon, 10th and Rosser. You know?
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do. So fourth album, self-produced or self-funded as well, self-produced. So
this one, yeah.
You're your own guy. Like he runs the show at Don Amero Central.
Yeah, you know, I feel that you know, like I say, most of us are all out there grinding and working hard, and a big part of it is just sort of sacrifice and investment, and you know, kind of sometimes you're just dipping in your pocket to sort of meet the next need, whether it's putting out a new CD or getting the gas in the car to get to the next place, and that's how it started off for me, and it's gotten easier over the years. I can't say it's a cakewalk, but it's definitely gotten easier.
So when did you start? When did you pick up the guitar and first know that, you know, one day this is going to be my bread and butter? This is going to be all I'm going to need to do.
Well, you know, it was about 5 years ago. I quit my day job and started to do this full time. But I was 15 years old when I first picked up a guitar. So that was 17 years ago now. So, okay. But I you know, then I was just sort of doing it as a hobby. It wasn't ever anything I thought was going to be my career. But yeah, about 5 years ago, I was working hardwood floors, and I just said to my boss, I need to get out of here. And he said he's been, funny enough, he's been one of my biggest supporters ever since. Oh,
that's awesome. Give a shout out to your boss right now.
Yes, Dave Warrenchuk. He's a DMW Flooring. Give him lots of business, folks.
There you go. Beautiful. So 5 years ago, you just said that's it, day job done, and now you're a steady performer.
Yeah, it's. I mean, this is my full-time gig. I travel all across the country, and you know, gone into the States a bit here and there, and you know, every month seems to be getting a little bit better than the last, and you know, being in this industry, it's somewhat about creating your own opportunities and being willing to take risks, and right. You know, try to. In some ways, I would say to young performers and young artists out there getting out there doing their thing, take some calculated risk, because you know you have to. At the end of the day, you want to make sure you can pay your rent, and that's kind of you know, the biggest thing. So, and a lot of my risk has been somewhat calculated. So,
yeah, you would have to do that. Then after that, it's like taking chances or making bad decisions, which you don't want to have to wind up doing.
Exactly.
In the case of an artist.
Yeah, there's a difference between risk and bad decision, right?
Exactly. So now, 5 years in after quitting your day job, how many shows were you doing a year up to the point where you said, you know what, I think I can afford doing this full time?
Yeah. Well, it turned out to be that I was doing probably about half-time music, half-time at work. So I'd be calling my boss weekly saying, I got to go do this interview, I got this gig, and so when I talk about calculated risk, that's kind of was the decision maker for me when I realized that if I'm doing half-time work and half-time flooring, why don't I try doing it full-time? And that became my reality. I was able to do that. So I don't want to disillusion anybody to make it. It sounds so romantic when I say I walked off my day job, but it was sort of it grew to the place where I could actually leave, and it was sort of the right time.
Yeah, well, it takes a lot of courage to do that, and just a lot of confidence and everything else that comes with it, and every other adjective you can throw at it. But, you know, you've got a big live online event coming up in conjunction with the release of your 4th CD, which, by the way, look at this. You brought in a copy here for us here. Look at that. Get a good shot of that, Mike.
Some people have been calling that Donald Bublé.
Heart on my sleeve, 12 great tracks on there. We're going to hear one. I'm told you're like a cross between John Mayer meets Keith Urban.
Yeah, it's a good matchup.
That's
yeah.
what I've been told.
They're big influences in my life for sure, musically.
Okay, before that, I mean, those are two, and everybody always listens for comparisons and inspirations when they hear any artist. Before you get into a track here from this album, what other inspirations helped you continue with the guitar and singing, Don?
Well, my folks both played.
Great.
And so my dad was a guitar player, bluegrass kind of guy, and I got to learn on his Gibson Hummingbird, which is, you know, most people have to play on a $100 guitar when they start. I played on a $5,000 guitar.
Beautiful.
And those basically play themselves, so it was pretty magical learning on that. And they never did do anything with their music. They played at kitchen parties on the weekends and stuff, and I think they always longed to do it, and so that really just meant a lot to me growing up, and they've been right behind me since day one.
I was going to say, how proud of your parents.
Yeah, they're really excited. I mean, it's in one sense I've had to sacrifice a lot of family time, kind of going out on the road doing this, with my family, but so that's been a big influence for me. But there's also other musicians that aren't as well known, like a guy named Martin Sexton. He's a guy that still quite under the radar, but he's to me one of the best singer-songwriters, players in the world, and I think people don't know the name. His name is Martin Sexton. So after you go check out donamero.com, Google Martin Sexton.
donamero.com. Well, they say some of the best artists out there are independent artists, people that are rarely heard from. So we're happy to bring through Locals Only on kx96online.com. Mr. Don Amero. Don, what track are you going to play for us this time around?
Yeah, this is a song called The Sound of Us Going Down, and this is about somebody who kind of was in a good relationship but blew it. So some of us might be able to relate to this one.
Okay. And it's on the new album here if you want to pick it up. Check out Don Amero's show in the very near future. You can grab one of these there. Go ahead, Don.
Been a lover, been a fighter, everything but what you need. Been a giver, been a taker, everything in between. Oh Lord, tell me how to make it right. Our lives unfold, and we're going down tonight. This is the sound of us going down. The sound of us going down. Tried to hold you, tried to love you, but you still walked out the door. You took my keys and took my car. You won't be back no more. Oh Lord, help me, I'm tired of these games. Our lives unfold, and we're going down in flames. This is the sound of us going down. The sound of us going down.
done.
Thanks,
Don
man.
Amero in the KX studios for locals only. The show is tonight, so Lorne Watson Hall, you played there before last time. Was it the last time you were in Brandon?
Yeah. It was probably, I can't remember when it was, but it's been a while. Probably a little less than a year, I think, since I was there.
Okay, and we know it's a 7 o'clock, 7:30 start, somewhere in there?
Yeah, people can come down. So people right now, I think, can buy, I think it's called Wildflower on Rosser. People can get tickets there today till about 4, and then you can get them at the door. So they're $15 before or $20 at the door.
And you're going to have copies of Heart on My Sleeve there?
The brand new disc. So it's, funny enough, it's not even officially available yet.
Oh, no.
But people can get it tonight.
That's right, because you're doing the APTN thing, the big release, the
Yeah.
premiere of it. So,
Yeah,
oh wow,
so
this is a
people
big treat for
people
Brandon.
can come get the real live experience tonight.
Yeah.
But if they can't make it for whatever reason, and I hope that they can, on Wednesday, APTN and I have partnered up, and they're going to come over to my neighbor's house. Funny enough, my old flooring boss's house.
A kitchen party?
We've gone full circle.
We
kind
doing
of a kitchen
Okay.
party, and he's got this beautiful log cabin in the middle of the city.
Nice.
And so they're bringing their production. It's going to look fantastic. So it's kind of the first of its kind where you're getting a TV production involved to do a streaming concert. So people can check it out at aptn.ca/webstagepass.
Okay, and if you miss that, well, hey, just check out the wording in the blog that accompanies this video, and you'll get everything you need to know there, all right? Don, thanks so much for coming in. Next time you stop in town, do this again, all right? Because this was very, very cool, sir.
I will do, yeah.
Right.
I love being associated with cool, so thanks.
That's a good thing. There you go. Cut. That's beautiful.